Jamie, and everyone is on my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another episode. My name is Tracy Hussein, and I recently started my YouTube channel. It is not the end goal, but it is part of it. As soon as I get closer to that, I will share with you guys what actually it's all about. Right now, though, I do share parts of my life, and the idea is that what I share is something that I hope for to cup, something you can relate to, or something that resonates with you. Thanks for joining. I haven't been recording over the festive season because I had obviously mom duties and wife duties, but I had so many topics that I was journaling, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. I was full on in wife and mom mode. It was really fun. So I just took the time to embrace that, but obviously think of, or rather, I experienced a lot of things that I'd like to share, from friendships during the December time to mom mode to obviously having visitors to like just everything. So I'm so excited. But since it is January, in the good spirit of New Year, New Me or goal setting, I thought today's episode I can share with you guys what my family and I did as I started the new year. It is Ready, Set, Go. Right now, that's the topic. I don't know by the time I post this if I'm going to have a better theme or heading, but right now that's the one. So what we basically just did was we got together as a family and we just sat down and focused on the goals we want to set. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so we started the year by sitting in one of my humans' bedrooms. So I was busy making dinner and I said to everyone like a whole formal thing like, guys, by 7 o'clock, meet in this bedroom with your notebooks and we're gonna get started on our goals. Then my oldest human divided the goals up into work goals, school goals, um, I think personal goals, and anyway, she divided it up into obviously the headings that was relevant to us. So we wrote down all our goals and then we also broke it down a bit. So for example, my one human was saying that she would like to be top 10. Currently she was top 20, which we think is obviously brilliant. And then we just like discuss how we would do that. Does it mean coming home and having a schedule? Does it mean coming home and reviewing the work you had done for the day? Whatever the case may be, we just had like a fun discussion about it. For example, I would like to increase my workouts. I only work out twice a week, but I like to increase it 3 times. So we're thinking of ideas of how I can get that right. Do I maybe work out early in the morning or late in the evening? I'm hoping the background noise is not too much because my one human's not sleeping. Let me just check quickly. So please. But yeah, so then we did that, and then one of my husband's goals was just also health and eating clean. And then he also has all these like creative ideas, and this year he would like to implement some. So it was really fun. It wasn't like super hardcore formal, but the intention was to hold each other accountable. That's why we were sharing it, and to kind of motivate each other. Because I was like, I'm going to leave it right to have like 3 times a workout, and then my one year would like wake up early or whatever. So it was a fun activity to do. So at the end of the evening, we just reminded ourselves and obviously tell little humans that even though we're old in their eyes, that we're constantly growing. We constantly have new dreams and aspirations, and at no point do you have to settle for one thing. We also just spoke about like where we started, what goals we had, and how it's shifted right now. That's the kind of energy we wanted to show them, that if you think of something now, absolutely you can change your mind and go for it, but also what work you need to put in to reach certain goals and stuff. You have to be realistic in the sense that not just I want to be the fastest running, not run a race, or practice. And it was just a nice way to spend time together. I didn't realize how fun it would be just talking and listening to the kids. And I'm sure as any parent, you can relate to the fact that once you give your little human a space to speak, you kind of pleasantly surprised about what they think and how they think. So it was kind of nice getting to know them, getting to know each other, I suppose, in that level again. Just talking and not going through the day. And then we introduced what we call a gem system. So my brother-in-law, he's visiting, or yeah, he was with us. He's still visiting him and his family, and he was telling us that he has this gem system with his son, and basically it's just like a system where you have your chores, and every time you do it, you get a gem. But if you don't do it, there's not really like a negative connotation. It's not like a punishment. You lose points, whatever. But it's more so about accountability. So he obviously is going to share it with me, but I wrote it down and I want to share it with you guys. We just wrote it down on a piece of paper just to introduce it because obviously everyone went back to school. And I absolutely love the idea. It looks a bit untidy now, and My other human eats paper for fun. That's why it looks like this. But we didn't want to make it too heavy, so we called it a weekday diary. We're still working on it. There's just like a rough thing. So we have stuff like fold your school clothes when you get home, unpack your lunch bag, set up your homework station, and everything is tied to a gem number. So maybe if you practice your piano without being told, it's 15 gems. If you bath by yourself, like, get your bath ready, then it's 5. If you help around the house, it's 10. If you unpack or help with the dishes, it's 10. If you have good manners, it's 10. If you read a book, stuff like that. And then simple things like unpacking your lunch bag is maybe just 5. And what's fun about this, because my human is now double digits, is that we don't hold you accountable. You hold yourself accountable. Because she's like, Mom, how will I ever have good manners? And I was like, well, that's the idea. You have to walk through your day, be mindful. Did I say thank you today? Was I pleased? And you need to measure yourself. And if you don't do it, I'm not going to check. I'm not going to come and be like, oh, did you make up your bed? Here's your 5 points. You need to do it, and I'm going to trust you. And you need to then come to me at the end of the week to be like, okay, Mom, I collected so many gems. And I think the idea there, because they're so innocent, the idea there is that they either want to earn the gems, obviously, and that the consequence in this case is actually real life consequence. I was telling her, for example, if you don't make up your bed, it's not a big deal, but when you get home, then your setup workstation for homework takes that much longer, because you first have to make up your bed and clean up your room. Then here it says clean room before bedtime. If you don't do that, it's not a big deal, but the next day you're just going to give yourself more work and delay stuff, and eventually it becomes a lot for you. And you also want to instill good habits and habits that make sense, because I was telling you, not everything we do is something that pleases us or that we want to. Like, I don't necessarily want to cook every single night, but I do it because we gotta eat. I don't always want to wake up first thing in the morning and make up my bed, but in our home, making up our bed is considered our first task we're going to tick off. And I have this little myth that I told her. I said, if you don't make up your bed, you tend to be more tired, because you've left your bed open, so all the sleeping fairies have evacuated or something like that. I told her. She's like, really, Mom? I'm like, yes. So when you close your bed, you just lock in all the night fairies and stuff, and they're just there and they're safe. Else they follow you to school and they just keep you sleepy, So yeah, anyway, getting carried away. Yeah, so we have this, and I'm super excited to see how this works. And so when I spoke to her about it, she was like, oh, Mom, it sounds really hectic. And I was like, no, the idea is that not everything you do now will be a punishment. You're not going to lose any gems, but there's an actual consequence. If you don't pack your school bag, the next day you're going to have the wrong school books, because now they have classes where they change. If you don't practice piano, you're not going to achieve your percentage that you want. So yeah, the consequences are real life things, and it's interesting, and I'm excited to see. Obviously, we're guiding them. It's not hardcore, but I'm going to share this after a couple of weeks to let you guys know if it worked. If you guys have any gem systems, because I know moms are addicted to stuff like this. I've gone from having a sticker process, and then I had a stamp thing, and I had stuff in the fridge, and every day you get a tick. And then we obviously know this class dojo, but whatever you guys are doing, and then maybe share it. We're always learning, and we obviously want to teach our kids about being independent. At least that's our current season in our life, is the one needs to be independent and understand the need to do certain things even if we don't like it, and the other human, I'm not sure what season we're in right now, we're just trying to get through the day without, I suppose, tantrums. But yeah, not to make this episode too long, I'm super excited to be recording again. I have so many things that I'm excited to share that I wrote down in my journal. So yeah, I hope you guys had a great start to your new year. I hope that you guys obviously also set up your goals and stuff, and I hope that you're brave enough to go for those goals, and that you're brave enough to take a chance on whatever you have put out into the universe. And if you did have your vision board from our last couple of episodes, I hope that you have a vision board and that you are so ready. But thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that good luck with the first month, and